Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get started here in just a little bit, and it's going to be a kind of interesting thing. So I want to kind of have fun with Gemini Live. So I'll put it in the chat. Let's see. It's about to get interesting just because, yeah, I absolutely mean that. So anything that you want me to ask Gemini Live to demo on this podcast, ask the question. I'll ask Gemini Live, and let's just have some fun with it throughout the podcast, right? So you can ask more than one question, and you can get pretty weird with it. Think Mobile Tech, what's up? Welcome in here. Glad to have you here, TJ. I have a film. A lot of these new AI features are going to have a price barrier behind them. They do. As a matter of fact, you would have to subscribe to any one of the Google One plans, which let me see. I'll bring those up, plans and pricings and such, and we'll take a look at them too. So I'll have them there. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. Like I said, we can have fun with Gemini Live throughout the podcast. Any question that you want me to ask Gemini, just type it in the chat. I don't care what it is, as long as it's not like an illegal statement. But yeah, type it in the chat and I'll ask Gemini Live on this podcast, and you guys can hear Gemini's response. If you guys want to sign up for Helium Mobile and get your first month free, use my promo code, scan the QR code right there, go tell you what to do, or you can look in the description and just download the app, go through the sign up process, and then use the promo code showed in the description, and they'll get you your first month for free. And if you want to cop one of my shirts, feel free to do so. There's t-shirts, hoodies, and long sleeves in this style, as well as an older style that's still available in the shop. So go ahead and check it out. Scan the QR code, go to Nerd Limited, which is my apparel store, and see if there's anything you like and copy something nice, something to just kind of like represent, But other than that, yeah, let's kind of get into it. Okay, so first we'll talk about Gemini, because that's one of the biggest selling points and power points of the Google Pixel 9. So while the Google Pixel 9s are pretty awesome, lots of reviewers videos are coming out, and we're hearing mostly positive reviews when it comes to that. But as CJ said, there is a price barrier behind getting the full experience of Gemini. So that's why there's Gemini Advanced, which, if you want to know, Gemini Advanced basically integrates Gemini AI into all your other Google apps, such as Gmail, Google Docs, just to name a few apps. And that allows you to basically use AI within those apps, right? So you can use AI to write you up a professional email response to make it a little bit sounding empathetic or professional, or polite, cheerful, and it will do that for you, so you don't have to type that out. But as you guys can see, there is a price barrier for it, and these are the price barriers right here, the plans that are on the screen. So they are considered premium. So Google One Premium is what I'm going to call it. Basically, is what you would need in order to have a lot of these AI features available to you. Because as you can see right now, the current plan that they have, a 2 terabyte for cloud storage, and you get all the other benefits like Gemini Advanced, Gemini in Gmail, Docs, and more. All the other benefits in the premium plan in itself, and you can share the storage with up to 5 other Google accounts. Basically, $20 a month is the lowest plan offering, right? They have a 5 terabyte for $24.99, a 10 terabyte for $49.99, and then a 20 terabyte for $99.99 a month, right? Or you can save 16% and just go with the 5 terabyte, which would be $250 every year for 12 months of it. So you can't do annual on the 10 terabyte or 20 terabyte. It's kind of crazy, but okay. Um, I would just say if someone has the money to pay for it, why not? But I guess not. But these plans is what gets you the Gemini Advanced and with Gemini Live. So, like, if I was to downgrade, because like I told you guys, I got 2 months free on the 2 terabyte AI Premium plan with Google One to try it out. I believe this is my 2nd month. So at the end of this month, I would have to either pay $20 to continue on with the services or downgrade to the basic plans. So they do have more options on the 30 terabyte, $450 a month. It's funny that it brings these up because, yeah, they still have the older plans, at least through the mobile app. They have the older plans, so I'm not entirely sure why they only show these plans when you go to the website to take a look at it. Because they still have, the 100 gigabyte cloud for $1.99, 200 gigs for $2.99, and then it's $9.99 for the 2 terabyte plan without AI Premium. So with AI Premium, it's an additional $10. That's kind of crazy, but I mean, everything is going to cost, right? Apple Intelligence is going to cost a monthly subscription if you wanted to use the full AI capabilities of Siri. Galaxy AI costs already as is. So when you kind of think about it, just everything is already costing quite a bit when it comes down to the AI features. And why is this happening? It's because it's a new thing, right? It's a very new thing. So obviously they feel like they can do these things because we're already used to subscriptions. We're already used to paying for streaming subscriptions and things like that. Sorry, I had to close out Spotify. It auto launches when I turn on my computer. But we already paid for Netflix, we paid for Hulu, Disney Plus. We pay for a lot of things. So in their mind, it's like it's another subscription to add on with the other subscriptions that you have. This is just one of those things where I'm just like, with the 2 terabyte, $20 a month. Honestly, I feel like they should also throw in YouTube Premium. That's just me. I'm always trying to get more from my dollars, right? Everything costs so much today. Why can't we go just a little bit backwards? But anyways, that says right here, when you do subscribe to the $20 a month 2 terabyte AI Premium plan, basically you get Gemini Advanced with their 1.5 Pro modal. So that obviously a little bit faster processing to get results for search queries and things like that, and then you just go up in plans, right? Now, so today I dropped a video. If you guys missed that video after this podcast, you guys go ahead and check it out. It's just demoing Gemini Live, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now anyways. So when I open the Gemini app, to the far right at the bottom, it has an additional button that shows like a speech pattern with the Gemini star, and literally you just tap that to engage it. So, and it always gives me a little notification on the top. But so, are we expecting any thunderstorms today?
Yes, there's a chance of thunderstorms later this afternoon. It looks like the storms will start rolling in around 2 or 3 o'clock and could stick around through the evening.
Are we expecting rain with this thunderstorm?
Yes, there's a chance of some showers and maybe even a little small hail with those thunderstorms. So if you've got any outdoor plans, you might want to keep an eye on the radar and have a backup plan just in case.
Oh, we haven't had hail in Phoenix, Arizona in a while. What are the best practices to protect my vehicle?
Hail can definitely do some serious damage to a car. If you hear storms coming, try to park your car in a garage or under some solid cover. Bigger hail can crack windshields, dent hoods and trunks, and even break your car's lights.
What if I don't have a place to protect my car and park under something? What can I do?
Well, if you can't find any shelter, you could try covering your car with blankets or moving it under a carport or awning. It won't offer as much protection as a garage, but it's better than nothing.
I'm doing a podcast right now, and I have a member watching named Think Mobile Tech. Can you say hi to him?
Hey there, just wanted to say hi to your member watching TechBots Mobile. Hope you're enjoying the podcast and maybe learning a thing or two.
You rock, Gemini. Thanks.
Anytime.
So it's actually pretty cool that I can go ahead and talk and ask it questions and things like that, and it just it does feel a little bit like a flowing conversation.
Okay, sounds good. Now that we've talked about the weather and said hi to your friend, is there anything else on your mind?
Yes. Do you keep a detailed record of all the search queries that you do for me?
So I can't use Google Search just yet when we're live. Using Google Search Live is still a little experimental, but it's something we're always working on.
And what do you think about Siri?
Siri's pretty good at getting things done. I like her for things like setting timers, making calls, and sending texts.
How do you feel about Cortana?
Cortana was definitely ahead of her time. I think she opened a lot of doors for virtual assistants, but she could get a little quirky sometimes.
What is the longest word in the world?
Well, if you're talking about words in the dictionary, it's a real mouthful. Pneumon-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis has 45 letters and describes a lung disease caused by silica dust. But if you're talking about technical words, the winner is a protein called titin. Its chemical name is a whopping 189,819 letters long.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That protein name is longer than 3 pages of text. You basically need a whole scroll just to read the word.
Oh, cool. Are you able to translate the Hawaiian language?
Yes, I can help out with translations. What do you want to translate?
Alohi makako maunu ia po'okela.
So I can't make calls yet when we're live. Using Gemini Live for calls is still a little experimental.
So it couldn't translate that. And if you want to know what that is, that's my son's middle name. I know, I doomed him. Luckily, the SATs do not require you to bubble in every letter of your first name, middle name, and last name. Otherwise, he would spend a good 20 minutes bubbling letters while the rest of the class is like ahead of him on questions. But anyways, if you want to know what that means, so what it means is the brilliant warrior, things like the strong, brilliant warrior chief is what it means. Given to him by his cousin. She gave him that name when he was born. But anyways, so yeah, just a little demo there of Gemini. I was hoping that some of you guys would like drop some questions that you wanted me to ask it. Like I said, I had no problem asking you the questions or whatever. But at any given time you think of something, just ask it in the chat, and I will pop it on for you guys. So anyways, yeah, to be able to have all these features and everything like that, as you can see, Gemini Live still has a little bit more things to do, right? Like, yeah, right. Like at the time, it cannot place calls yet for you, so you can't ask it to make a call. You also cannot ask it to generate images just yet. So I tried that earlier in the demo video, and it could not generate a picture of a dog doing a podcast. So there's still some growth there, and it's going to grow over time. So really, you got to ask yourself the question, and that question is it really worth at this time to upgrade to any of these AI Premium Google One plans? Because it just depends if you find the usefulness out of it. If you do, and you like AI to pretty much take majority of the load off of you when it comes to maybe like drafting an email or creating a document for work or something like that, or even for college or whatever, if you find the usefulness in it, then yeah, there's other benefits to it, right? So I think one of the things that's not shown here, which is kind of crazy, um, actually, it shows here, but not in here. So I don't think it's available on the 2 terabyte plan. But the 5 terabyte, 10 terabyte, 20, and obviously the 30 terabyte plan all come with unlimited Magic Editor saves in Google Photos. I don't know why they didn't have this available for the 2 terabyte. First of all, 2 terabytes of storage is quite a bit of storage. Okay, so if you wanted to have a lot of your AI images backed up to, to your Google Photos, if you wanted a lot of the things that you come up with the, the Magic Editor for like video saves and stuff like that, you still got a lot of room to play with when it comes to the 2 terabyte. But I think this is just a way for like Google to offer you all the Gemini Advanced with the 1.5 Pro modal and Gemini Live with the 2 terabyte, but then be like, okay, if you want to do like the unlimited Magic Editor, which, this will work out a lot for content creators, tech, reviewers. This would work out for them. If you're editing on the fly using Google Photos to, use a Magic Audio Eraser and whatnot. So they're definitely pushing that with the more higher plans to obviously have people go towards that. I'm actually going to talk to my wife right now. Some of us may want to use this in the family. And so I figured since 5 accounts can pretty much be grouped together to share in the benefits of that, if I upgraded my plan to the 5 terabyte plan, which gives me the unlimited Magic Editor, I can benefit from that when it comes to, editing videos and having it saved in Google Storage or Google Photos. Basically, I don't have to worry about it sapping up like my limited storage, right? And then, my kids could use the Gemini to help them with homework and stuff like that. If they're going to ask it questions and things like that, they'll be able to do that. And as well as, we get the Google Workspace premium features with the 5 terabyte plan. So there's a lot of benefits to actually going with the 5 terabyte plan. If you have a family plan, you definitely can take advantage of this, and that's always good. That's really good. So that's probably what I'm going to be moving up to, and just paying $25 a month for that. So literally that's like like $3 and some change per person in the household. But no, I'm not charging them for it. I'm just saying, like, the benefit out of it. So so that's basically the plans that come with Gemini Advanced. Is these newer ones. And if you look at the Google One app, the older plans, right? So I call them the base plans, right? So like, the $1.99 100 gig storage, 200 gigs for $2.99, 1 terabyte. I forgot how much that one was for. I think it's for like $5 or $6. And then you have the 2 terabyte plan that is $10. Those plans still exist within the Google One app. As I said, I found it strange that they didn't show it here. They only showed the newer ones. They're not showing any of the old ones, and there's nothing here. Like, I'm looking. There's nothing here really. Let me go to the overview. I don't see anything that really just goes down to. Oh, there they are. The basics. They're on the front page. So $1.99 for the 100 gig still there. They got the $9.99 a month for 2 terabyte, which is considered premium, and then you got the AI premium, which is $19.99. Then when you click there to see all plans, that's where it takes you to all these plans here. So it doesn't show the other basic ones, so keep that in mind. Anyways, now switching off. So a lot of you guys probably are catching a lot of the Pixel 9 videos that are dropping as of lately. It's been an interesting week. I'll say that. It's been a very interesting week. Lots of things happening. There's still people that's still talking about the Team Pixel drama. I think we're kind of past that already. I think people have said their piece, regardless if people agree with them or not. Everybody got to say their piece and make videos about it, and that's been up, and so that's out. That's there. We're aware. Tech reviewers are not wanted by Team Pixel. Lifestyle creators, those types of people are wanted by it. And so therefore they made that clear and pretty much made a lot of tech reviewers feel unwelcome. Okay, it is what it is. It's their brand. 1,000 Heads is the marketing company. Team Pixel is the brand that developed by 1,000 Heads and all that. So I mean, it's all good. I think we're just really much past that point. So now just to kind of focus on these devices, right? We got a lot of cool devices that released this year at the Made by Google event, and we're still not even done with the new devices, right? Because we still have the Apple event next month coming up with the iPhone 16s, and all the other things that Apple's going to be introducing. More than likely, more talks about Apple Intelligence, which for the longest time people already knew that Apple was going to do that with the acronym for AI, which its true definition. Okay, so I don't even know how people are going to be that freaking dense in their brain to think that AI always stood for Apple Intelligence, and it's like, no, it stands for artificial intelligence. Apple is just making a brand out of the acronym AI that is so well known by people, right? Anyone that's watched Terminator knows about AI. They know about artificial intelligence, Skynet, right? Or Genesis, depending on which way you want to slice it. We've had AI for a while. It's nothing brand new. It's just this year and then last year and the year before, AI has made a giant step forward in its evolution state from what it was able to do 5-6 years ago to what it's able to do now. I saw somebody pass by my window. Could have been a bird. I don't know. I don't hear my dogs barking, so I don't know. So I don't think anyone's trying to get in. I'm the only one that's home today. Everybody's off to school. My kids are at school. My oldest son started his first day of college today, so he's at school. Wife's at work. I'm at home. Got a little downtime right now before I do, my remote work. So figured I'd go live. Anyways, so AI is not just an Apple thing. I can't believe people are actually thinking that. But Google being the biggest backer in AI and making the biggest advancements forward when it comes to AI. And don't forget this, for those who are like the Samsung Galaxy Knights. Galaxy AI is based on Google AI, Gemini. So keep that in mind. But anyways, we got four new devices this year. Lots of people are doing their unboxings on social media, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Clapper, or any of the other social platforms. Instagram, they're posting their videos. We got people that got the Pixel 9. We got people that I've mostly seen people unboxing the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So it has a lot of us thinking that maybe the Pixel 9 Pro might not sell as much as we thought it would. At least I thought it would sell quite a bit more, because I know that there was a lot of people who were always talking about that the Pixel 9, the Pro series before, right? It's like the 8 Pro, the 7 Pro, the 6 Pro were pretty big devices, and that people kind of wanted everything that the Pro models had in a smaller form factor, right? So the combination of these two creating this, which is the 9 Pro. And in the 9 Pro, basically is a smaller form factor, but gives you all the benefits of the Pro model. So you get that 3 lenses, right? You got the regular wide angle, the ultra wide, and the telephoto lens. You get all the additional features as far as, the extra features in AI. All that stuff is there with the Pixel 9 Pro and just a smaller form factor. So that allows you to basically, have a more pocketable, comfortable in-hand hold phone. And I'm surprised I'm not seeing a lot of Pixel 9 Pro unboxings. It's been a lot of the Pro XL model unboxings. It's been a lot of the Pixel 9 unboxings, but not the Pro. I've seen maybe like 5 or 6 videos out of 50 videos that I watched that had the 9 Pro. So I don't know. Who knows if next year Google is going to do it again and have, the Pixel, 10, the Pixel 10 Pro, the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Maybe they might ditch doing the 10 Pro and just stick with doing the larger model as the Pro model and then a base model as a small model. I really wouldn't want them to do that, because, if I am to spend money later on this year, or even, in the beginning of next year, if I'm to spend money on a Pixel 9 series, I'm probably going to get the Pixel 9 Pro, because it is a smaller form factor and it gives me all the benefits of what the big Pro model has. So I would probably go with this in an obsidian color. I think a black color would be really nice colorway for this, or porcelain. Not really, into the hazel color, and sure as hell not going for the what's the color they have for the Pro models? I know for the regular 9 it's peony. Forgot what the other one is. Rose something. Anyways. But a lot of reviews, I think, has a lot of people caught off guard when it comes to the Pixel 9s. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of them seem shocked in just how well it's performing so far. Now, it's still too early to say that this is a definite home run by Google in releasing these devices. But it's starting to look that way because some of the complaints that I've been hearing about the Pixel 9, 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL has really been of like, happy about the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, yet they kind of want it to work when the screen is off like the Samsung Galaxies do, right? So that's one thing that you have to know about the Pixel 9s is that, yes, it has an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, so much faster biometric unlocking. However, if the screen is asleep, if it's not awake, you can't put your thumb where you would normally unlock the device and have it read your thumbprint and unlock. You have to wake the screen, or if a notification comes through, then you can do that. But from a solid sleep state of the display, you can't wake the screen. And that's something that can be fixed with software. So just because we don't have it now on the Google Pixel 9s doesn't mean it can't be introduced later on. Google can always do a software update that initiates that and allows for a registered biometric unlock on the display, even if it's asleep. That's something they can fix later on. So I don't really see it being as a big caveat. The other thing that I'm not hearing a lot of people complaining about the Pixel 9 overheating. So with the 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL, obviously that vapor chamber for cooling is doing its job. Because if you kind of think about it, like from the Tensor G4 down to the Tensor G3, there's not a significant difference in the chipset other than, how the chipset is built, right? What was it? A 3 nanometer on the G4 to a 4 nanometer on the G3. So, with that. But they added in this vapor chamber for an additional cooling system because obviously is also the same reason why they installed a lot more RAM than what we usually got. We got more RAM in these devices because obviously running AI, it's going to need that random access memory and quite a bit of it in order to execute not just commands, but processing times to shrink it down so it doesn't take you like 5 minutes to get a search result done through Gemini. It can process that search and bring you the results, in a matter of seconds to minutes, right? Because there's some things that it took like nearly almost a minute for it to basically provide answers to any questions or anything that I've asked of it. And so sometimes that happens, and okay, it happens again. We're in AI. This is not Back to the Future. We're not way ahead in technology and whatnot. Like Marty McFly was working for that tech company. We're not there yet, right? We're not in the Jetsons world where we live in houses built on stilts way above the ground. We're still, technology is still advancing, right? So sometimes search queries will take about a minute for it to bring back results. Most of the time, it's just in the span of a few seconds, like 10 seconds to like 20 seconds, and you get a result. The photography on the Pixel 9s that I'm hearing about, and that's pretty much subjective because everybody has, what they like about photos and what they dislike about photos. So really, for me to actually give a clear, concise, judgment on the cameras, I would actually have to get the phone and use it and take it out, take some photos with it, take some videos with it, record some videos and upload it to YouTube and look at the comments and see what you guys, if anyone has any complaints about the videos or not, because that's where I generally been looking. And if no one's over there really commenting, talking about that the video quality is trash or whatnot, So I kind of let the cat out of the bag. I never really said this because I didn't want people to hear it and it'd be like, oh, well, I'm gonna let them know that I hate Pixels by saying that the video is trash. Because you'll never know exactly what phone I'm recording a video with. And that's the other thing too, that I'll catch people that's being genuine or being fake about it, because I record video with my iPhone 12. And upload it. So you won't exactly know. That's why I don't label like what phone shot the video, is I don't want to give people a heads up so they can just make a false claim. I'd rather have genuine reactions. And I've been recording all my videos other than podcasts. I've been recording mostly all my videos with smartphone cameras, whether it's any of my Pixels, any of my Moto devices, my iPhones, or my Samsung Galaxies. Any one of those phones could record a video, and Yeah. So I would have to get the Pixel 9 in hand in order to be able to record video and just see how videography is with the Pixel 9. Now I could go to Best Buy and play around with it and just give everyone my first impressions about it. And I may do that this Saturday, just kind of like walk into a Best Buy at the Pixel stand that they have inside there and just grab the phone, start playing around with it, comparing it to my Pixel 8a, and just kind of letting you guys know what my feedback is on it. But to be general with everybody, when it comes down to the Google Pixel 9s, a lot of the first impressions are yielding pretty positive results, which is really good. It's really good. And I haven't seen as much people complain about the pricing. I know that some of the tech reviewers on YouTube that do this on a daily basis, they have kind of made mention about the price tag, but not in such a bad way. Whereas the Pixel 4 XL got so much heat, and so did the Pixel 4. A lot of people felt like that those phones did not have the right to charge the price tag that they charged for the devices. I thought was absolutely silly, but I understand from people's perspectives, and we can always agree to disagree. But yeah, this time around, Google came back to that same point, that same selling point they did with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, and it is marginally widely accepted. So, which to me is fine, because then hopefully with the Pixel 9a, which I'm gonna go on this and say I'm 75% sure we'll get a Pixel 9a next year, 2025. And I'm gonna go out on a whim and say that the Pixel 9a, if the Pixel 9a launches at a $499 price tag, that is absolutely the best way for Google to go. Because then it would be a $300 difference between that and the Pixel 9, which is the base of the flagships. Okay. And to do a repeat of what they did with the Pixel 8a. So the Pixel 9a, and let's go 256 as the base model. Let's say Pixel 9a 256 base model, $499. Pixel 9a 512 gigabyte model, $549. Right? They could do that again next year. But just kind of go with how things are going, what they've done already with, the Pixel 9 models, and also, just keeping it one model is what I mean, right? When it comes to the telecom side of it, don't have sub 6 version only, millimeter wave and sub 6. Just keep it all millimeter wave, sub 6. It can work on any network. It can connect to any sizable area of the 5G cake, whether it's high band, mid band, or low band 5G, and be able to function on it, and give it full support on all 4 carriers, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Boost Mobile, and have it be able to run on any one of those networks. I think it's the most important thing. Having 2 different Pixel 9 models, 2 different Pixel 9 Pro models, and then having one Pixel 9 Pro XL, because I don't think they would ever make a sub 6 only Pro XL. I think they would make a sub 6 only for the regular 9 Pro model. But then again, I could be wrong. They could make them both millimeter wave and sub 6, and then the Pixel 9 having 2 models. They could have done that, but they didn't. And I'm proud of them that they didn't do that. So yeah, mostly so far positive reviews. And I can give a more in-depth thought about these things when I actually go and use them. Shout out to Best Buy on Camelback, because they're my go-to people. They don't mind me messing around with the phones, and they've been cool about allowing me to just take it around the store and do some photos and videos and stuff like that. They know I'm not gonna take off with it. That's why I should always build business relationships with companies, because you get a little perk in the end. I always tell them that on social media and stuff, if I have to mention anything about Best Buy, I would give them a shout out. Anyways, so I have to go play with those phones over there and kind of see how they are. I'm not ready to buy one. My Pixel 8a is still serving me just fine, and I don't see a reason that I want to upgrade to a new phone right away. Still a lot of good life left in the Pixel 8a, about a good 6 more years worth of it. The Pixel 9 Fold Pro, very interesting name for that device. I've watched a couple of videos on it, and there are some questionable things about it that people have pointed out. So I'm just actually, again, if they have it at Best Buy, I'm just going to go and play around with it if they have it on display. But I doubt they will. Most of the Best Buys here in my city, when it comes to foldable devices, the flip phones, the foldable flips, they'll put on display, but the foldables from smartphone size to tablet size, they usually don't put them out on display. They put them like really close to the kiosk, and you can't really lift it up off the dock. It stays locked into place. You can only mess around with it while it's connected to that charging dock on the display table. But other than that, I mean, I'm glad to see that the Pixel 9s are doing pretty well. Happy to know that those that ordered the device, whether they're a part of Team Pixel and were given a device or they paid out of pocket for it, I'm glad that they are happy with their purchases. It's, you know, besides listening to what they say on their video, I look at facial expressions and body language, right? I read people based upon their body language, facial expressions, as well as what they're saying. And a lot of them are generally pleased. You can tell by the way that they are upholding themselves in speaking about the Pixel 9s, how they look at them when they're holding them in hand in front of the camera during their first impressions review. You can see a lot in people. At least I can. I've always been one to read people by their body language and their eyes and how their face looks. And I've usually been spot on it. It's the reason why that, you know, like my sister's always had me read people. Like I would go with her when she was going on a date, her first date with somebody, and she would have me read that person, you know, because I could tell by body language, and she would know if the person's interested in her, like genuinely interested in her, or if they're just looking for one thing. And I've never missed, never been wrong. So anyways, yeah, those guys, you know, on the YouTube obviously are pleasantly pleased, but we'll see what happens because they still have to use it, right? MKBHD had the phone and used it for 2 weeks. And so he gave kind of like, you know, his personal experience, thoughts, emotional outbursts on it. But we got a lot of other, you know, content creators who ordered the devices and are having them, you know, shipped to them. And of course, you know, the 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL pre-orders happen first. Releases happen first on those. The 9 and the 9 Pro Fold, obviously, at a later time. But, you know, there are people that are getting in their Pixel 9s, either going to Best Buy and buying them right out of there, or, you know, going through, you know, dealers, which tomorrow's Aloha Friday podcast, I'm going to gather up all the different places that have deals on the Pixel 9s, the 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL, and kind of go over that, see where you would get the best deals if you wanted to just walk in and either upgrade your device or walk in and port over from your old provider to a new provider and get you a new Pixel 9 in the process of doing that. So that'll be on tomorrow's live stream. But for today, I pretty much just have it at here. Pretty short live stream. Just wanted to demo Gemini on the live podcast real quick and also just kind of go over what I'm seeing about the reactions of the Google Pixel 9. So if you guys enjoyed today's podcast, definitely smash the like button because that does definitely help me out. And if you guys would like to sign up with Helium Mobile, again, QR code right there, scan it, and yeah, you can sign up and get your first month for free just to test it out. And if it happens to be a good fit and service is running great for you, as well as the additional benefits and features of Helium Mobile, then you can stay with them. Or not, you know, you can go elsewhere, but at least you get to try it out for a month free. Use my promo code. That'll get you your first month for free. Copy your shirt, represent Team Nexus and Pixel. Also, check out yesterday's video where I did a throwback video to the Nexus 4. So if you guys didn't know I dropped that video, head on over to it and watch it. And also check out the Gemini Live demo. Until then, I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks for checking out the podcast today. Peace. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Aloha.